Guys, as a Indian and as someone who tracks the finance news and who tracks India's development story, because if you're an investor, you should track macros also. If you're bullish on India, you should see what are the good parameters and whether country is going in right direction or not. So here is one excellent news I would say. Normally, India is current account deficit. What is current account? Current account is number of imports or amount of imports you make minus amount of exports you make. So if it is negative, that means your exports are more. So that means it's surplus. Okay, current account surplus. And if your imports are more, that means you are on deficit. That means you owe more money to external countries. So that also depreciates your currency. That has many other impacts. People feel that you are taking more debt, so your bond rating is less. That means if government of India has to raise any money externally, they have to raise at a higher interest rate. So country which is a current account surplus, that is on better negotiating terms. Or exception can be when your currency is very strong, for example USA. In that case it's a different story. They don't need any debt from outside. They can just publish their dollars. Okay, anyways, that is a definition of current account deficit account, current account. So it was in deficit. Expected was expectation was we'll have 3.3% of GDP this year. But kudos to this government, as not expecting that it will happen so soon. By the way, this is after 17 years. In 2003 or 2004 times frame, when Vajpayee government came, I would say it's at that time it can be some other factors also, but this time same government is in office for last 7 to 8 years, and if they are able to do it after 7 to 8 years, then no one else can take this credit because previous government was also from the same government, so of the same party. So I would say that this is very very good. Although this surplus is not very high, it's 0.9% only, but anyway, that means you are sending more exports or more goods out. Goods can be services also. Goods are not only hardware. So where we are doing good, I feel especially this surplus is mostly because of services which are in software sector. So if you are IT professional, you are computer scientist or electronics engineer, you should be very proud that you are contributing in a big way. So this is majorly coming because of the computer software exports which are going out of this country, India. And where we can do better, we can do better in other sectors like manufacturing. Government is trying to make defense sector as next big thing. If they can do it, we are not very our deficit is not very huge. Even today GDP is not very very huge as compared to rest of the world. So that deficit part is not very high. You make a very big deal with external world. For example, if Tejas you can sell for 50 or 70 billion dollar, your surplus will be very high, or your current account deficit will narrow down very easily. So I feel overall government is doing very good, but they funny part is, although they will take all the credit, but they were not focusing on software services more. They were thinking that if you see narrative of this government, their narrative was, let's go and make country as a manufacturing hub, which is good, which will generate lots of jobs. But they were not valuing services as much as previous governments has done. They were thinking that manufacturing is a key thing. But now if you see, this surplus is coming only because of software services. So I feel it's a of course we have to give credit to government also, but at the same time it's the people or software companies who are contributing a lot to this country. Okay, so let's celebrate this, and this gives a very good confidence on economy. We can go in a right direction. Okay, and we are heading towards a good direction. I hope manufacturing sector also works, and imagine if that also works, what will happen? then we'll be like China is surplus, current account surplus. So then we'll be heading in the similar direction. All right. Thank you.